Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 116 Basic AutoCAD in our Zoom classroom meeting. This week we will be covering Module 6. And Al, you want to go through and walk us through how this is laid out?
In our book, sure. As our book is in all blue, so if you left click on that real quick, that should, if you logged in, you got to log it in, by the way. Joe will do it real quick. Here we go. Automatic takes us right to assignment objectives, learning objectives. And we will be looking at move, rotate, align command, copy, mirror, and reverse, all commands there, and some other ones that we're going to show, give you a little look later on.
So that's the first link, and here's our second link.
Is the fundamentals. It goes back to our old style, which is fantastic still. That is for, if you open up real quick there, open the new window. If you open it up, goes back into our old web page. And
this is our AutoCAD website.
Has everything.
Right. It's a great reference. There's some other assignments that you'll find, but this is what we used before D2L.
Right. And then it has the website for that one. It's a GW. You have to log in also that one. And it has on all the nice activities. So we went down to 12 real quick. It has exercises on it. It has updates, reviews, and everything else to go along with it. It has a drawing file associated with it. So if you want to look at that, you can. It's down at the bottom. It's a chapter 12 drawing file.
Right, and these are bonus. We have our own content. The textbook author tends to be kind of wordy. I don't know why they have no pictures, but it's hard to read a book without pictures, in my opinion, especially a book on drawing. And so when they use these commands like polygon and move,
yep,
I think our work is better. And then here's some of our drawings. And so let's take a look at that. And so this is a PDF of our assignment for this week.
And there's
a floor plan drawing with blocks.
That's a nice little color one. That's all the differences.
Yeah, this would be what it would look like after it's completed with AutoCAD.
B-size paper as architectural paper. Then we have two kinds of B-size papers. We have a mechanical B-size paper. We have an architectural B-size paper for you to use. When you open it up, it's a drawing template file, which, like the old style, you just take a piece of paper out of the drawer, tape it down, and use it. That's what this is, and the original will be put away. This has a paper and model built into it.
So these links are for the assignments and for the title block. And then we have some videos. And so here's a floor plan video. And this is a YouTube video. Hi, welcome to the AutoCAD online course. And this is an older video. We're looking to find the one we did last semester, but we haven't located it yet.
But this one works real good. And this turns you back right into the one we had before when it's fundamentals. It works fantastic. You'll do a great job on it.
It's like TV shows. When you start to look at them, you can tell when they're dated a little bit. The interface is a little bit different, but when it comes down to the basic commands and how to work with blocks and furniture and things like that, the concepts are still the same.
Right. And you can see the blocks there, the tub and the sink and everything else. We'll be showing that momentarily. It's on the content that we have currently there.
So we're not going to click on this link until we fix it. We were working on that just before the meeting today.
Yeah,
And then here's our drawing. Oh, that's a glitch.
that's the bonus stuff. Those are all bonuses.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
And then let's look at where we're at as far as the academic calendar. Today is March 31st. Module 5 assignments are due today at 11:30 p.m. And if we go in and we look at,
And if Joe froze up, you back with us? Okay. If Joe, if you go to content real quick, please, before you freeze up again. And we go down to chapter 7 or chapter 6, I mean.
let's look at the outline of topics first, and then we'll go
Okay.
to that. So you should be following the outline of topics. If you're questioning what to work on, there are times that we get a little bit behind, but we do follow everything in order. And so we're at module 6 right now. Is that correct? Yeah, we put 6 out.
Right.
So we might be a little bit ambitious here, but I think we're doing fine with it. We'll go through arranging patterning objects, chapter 12 and chapter 8. And so let's take a look at these chapters from the book. Well, I think we already did. So let's go back to content. And then chapter 6 in the labs. Here's our architectural lab for our hotel floor plan drawing. This is the link to AutoCAD. And this is the link to the video tutorial. And then there's some mechanical labs, and we usually put the mechanical labs, but these are not shown for students. Let me switch over to a student view. There we go.
What we're trying to do is one drawing for you, ladies and gentlemen, not multiples.
Yeah, and here's our architectural lab. You will need these blocks. And so you can download these blocks.
Yeah, we don't need to have you draw the blocks. We just have them sitting there. So you automatically bring them in.
Right, and that's a very common way for manufacturers and vendors to get people to use their products. And so if you look online, your faucet manufacturers like Moen will have CAD libraries for people who are in interior design or architecture, and you can use their CAD models in your drawings. So if we wanted to take this drawing in, let me see if I have this open. We're in 6. And so here is our floor plan drawing. As you can see, we have it on the title block. As you start working with your CAD system and you get more comfortable with it, we go into model space here. This is where we created the drawing. You want to use the correct layers and line types. You can see my ribbon is not the 2D. And so to change the interface, you can go to the workspace settings and change it to drafting and annotation. That's 2D. And then I can see my layers. And so if I click on one of the lines, it's on the wall layer. I can hit escape. If I click on one of the dimensions, it's on the dimension layer. And then when you have the blocks, like we have them for the sink here, if you're wondering, how do I get that into my drawing after I've opened it? What you want to do is you want to copy it as a block. And so I'm going to turn on my menu bar. And I'm going to say copy with base point. And then what I'll do is I'll select the base point. I can turn on my O snap here so it gets the center of it. And then I'll select the objects. hit enter. And then I can toggle over to my floor plan drawing. And let's just say we want a different sink in here. Now you can see that the colors here are a little bit faded, which tells me it's probably on a locked layer. And so if I look at these, I can see if there are, no, they're just light pink. So if I go to this layer and then I say edit, paste, I can then paste in my new kitchen sink or my new bathroom sink. And then I can come over here and remember, if you have a green window, it'll erase everything. So you got to be really careful, because if I delete this now, it takes out my wall. But if I want to delete it the other way with a blue window, now it only selects what's in the window. And so that's just an easy technique, but it's always something. You have so many things in this software. You can see I'm snapping. I might not want to do that either. So you can turn off the snap here. I can locate the sink, and then I can modify it with a rotate command. And guess what? I forgot the faucet. Yeah.
That's okay. It happens.
So we'll try it one more time. Happens all the time to me. But that's sort of how everything is. Nothing works so perfectly every time. And that's why people go to school. And so we can locate that. I can move it. Sometimes, as you look at these items, you might say, well, I want it to be the same color and the same properties. And so you can use the match properties command. And so if I come back here and I use match properties, I can say, this is my source and I want to match that. So you match it. And that's the quickest way to get the layers and the line types matched. And then I'm a bit fussy, so I want to make sure that that sink is in the exact right spot. So let me move it a little bit more. And then as you work on these, you want to put them onto the title block. And so if I double click in the viewport, you'll see that this viewport has been set with a scale. And if I unlock it, I can change the scale here. I could say, let's go with 1/8. It'll be real tiny. And then I'll keep going up until I get to the right size. And then once you do, you just kind of want to center it in there and then lock it. And
not use the wheel.
And that allows people who work like in facilities to take a ruler and to measure it, because everything is scaled and we still do things the old fashioned way where, as much as everybody has a computer, and maybe everybody will have computers, but paper is still a very good way to work. If you're on the shop floor and you have paper, it works. You don't have to break it or anything like that. So being able to have paper output needs to be scaled so that I can take a ruler and I can measure things like the door opening. And then I can say, hey, can I get this bathtub through the door and into the room? Things like that are very important. So that's the first assignment. We have the videos for you for those, and here are the blocks. And then if we look at the online textbook, we're looking at view tools and basic plotting. And I'm not 100% sure. Is that what we have it set up for in the link, Al, or was it arraying and patterning?
That comes straight from GW.
Okay. All right. So with that, that's our quick review. I'm going to come back here to the main splash page. I'm going to end the recording and open things up for questions.